Hello and welcome to Nanny Moon's Crochet. My name's Sally. It's Monday the 30th of June 2025 and this is episode number 75 and it's 5 to 11 in the morning. A little bit late doing my video today, sorry about that, but we've had engineers in, we're swapping our networks over, so there's been drilling through the walls and lots of dogs were barking because they were here, so had to wait a little while. But I hope you're all well. Welcome to each and every one of you. Hope you all had a lovely week and weekend just gone. Want to say happy anniversary to Emma, my daughter, and son-in-law Rob. It's their 13th wedding anniversary today. So lace anniversary. So happy anniversary, Emma and Rob. I'm not sure if you're going out or doing anything, but happy anniversary anyway. Now then, where do I start? As you can see, I've moved my back. I'm having a massive sort out. My window is to my right here. The door is over there. It's just a square room. So all of my yarn was on the left wall over there, but it I don't know, it wasn't working. So this wall is going to be, those little cubby holes are going to be just DK, Stylecraft, sorry, and just DK at the bottom. And then I just, from here round, I haven't finished yet. So it's all a bit of a mess up. So let me think. Now, the first thing, excuse me, turning my back to you. Excuse my back view. The first thing I want to talk about is the lovely Natasha. Hi Natasha, hope you're okay. I know you're struggling a little bit at the moment with you know, family and life and work and stuff like that, so I'll keep in contact with her and she's okay. But she's been doing the 3D Granny Square crochet along. Started last year in this this lovely book. I've had this, no, I haven't had it a while. I've kept looking at it on Amazon and a lot of the reviews, they kept saying the writing was very small, and just give you an example, sort of sometimes all the writing's there and then you've got all this big space at the bottom sometimes, and I think they could have maybe you know, I don't know, see all this big space at the bottom here and yet the pattern's all scrunched up there. I think this is the charts aren't that brilliant, they're quite faint. They're okay but a bit faint, but all in all you've got some lovely 3D squares, all sorts of flowers. They're in categories. It is a lovely book. I'm glad I've got it in my collection, my library should I say. There's food and drink, fruit and veg, animal magic, wild beasts, under the sea, holidays, mini beasts, flowers, motifs, abstract and celebrations. So out of the 100 squares excuse me, dry throat, I'm pleased to say I've completed all of the squares. So this week I had got, I marked them off. I just was so determined to just get them done, finished and out of the way. So the Rudolph was one. I didn't put the little bell on, so I thought if I make a little blanket for the grandchildren, I didn't want it to be a bit sharp. So that's my little Rudolph. He's cute. And then I had the circle, which I looked at that and thought, oh dear, we're going to have a lot of back posts and work into the back loop only, not back posts, work into the back loop only, work into the front loop only, then with your next colour you're working into the back loop. And Yeah, it was all back loops, but I think I got a bit used to it. So it didn't want the white because I thought that'd be a bit plain. So I did that colour to make it nice and bright. But these are all just Stylecraft Special DK. We've got Candy Floss, the orange, I can never remember the orange one. Sunshine. The green is neon green, and then aquamarine, violet, and tomato. This orangey reddy is tomato. So that was the circle. And then I got another missed one. Oh yeah. The next one was the spike. And as you know, or if you didn't know, I'm not so keen on spike stitches, but they weren't so bad. I'm okay if they're coming straight down and you're going into the stitch the row below. It's when you've got to come 2 rows below and 1 row across, or 1 row, that's where I totally lose it. So that was my, quite pleased with how that came out in the end. Nice and textured spike, so that was quite nice in the end. So that's the spike, the circle, Rudolph, and then there was the daisy, the little daisy. I thought that was nice, but wanted to do a bit brighter colour. So this was the little daisy. This was lovely as well. You just made the square, and then on the yellow you'd worked into the back loops only, so then you'd got the front loop spare, so then you just did some little shells there, made it stand up, but that's really pretty. So that was the daisy, and then the very last one to do was the cherries, and you started off doing your square, then you did a bobble? I get mixed up with a bobble and a popcorn. It's row 1, 2, 3, row 4. A puff stitch. seven double crochet puff stitch. Double crochet in US terms. 7 double crochet puff stitch. So that was that, and that was my cherries. Isn't that lovely? Love that square. So that was really nice to do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 squares. That totally completes the 3D granny square crochet along. Oh, I'm so happy. Excuse me, I've got to turn my back again. Now then, I want to just show you, without having an avalanche, I want to just show you what I've got. I thought that was a good idea, putting them in my little cubby hole, but then I'm turning me back to you all the time, so sorry about that. But just wanted to show you all of this. I won't show you individually because it'll take forever. But from doing this 3D book, I think these are some of my favourites. There's the holly wreath. Loved the sunflower. That was lovely. The egg, look, that was fun to make. The llama was one of the first. Unicorn. Oh, that was the cherry tart. That was nice to make. There's lots of flowers. Oh, the little elf, he was a bit cheeky elf. So there was oh, and that, look at that, beautiful for Christmas. So anyway, this is what I wanted to show you and tell you. Parcel, that was a nice Christmassy one as well. So I don't know if I'm going to hold these all up, but I've got that pile. See that big pile there? I've got a bag to put them in here. That big pile. And then, oh, that was a big one, look. The chicken. Another big one was the rabbit. Oh, seems ages ago since doing these. Did the avocado, look. Anyway, so I've got that pile. And then, see if I can hold these. Those, and that big pile. So here, there was 100 in the book. And if you, well, those of you that have been with me like last Christmas, I made, I got 4 of them, put them together. Like I did fruit for one grandson, I did 4 flowers for my granddaughter, and then the other 4 grandsons, I put I think I did a sea creature one. Anyway, I did them a cushion each for Christmas, and I put 4 squares in each one. So that was 24 squares out of the 100 that I've already used. So here I've got 84 squares, and they vary from there's all sorts. There's a teddy bear, there's a sandcastle, there's a bauble, there's Christmas themes, there's Easter, Easter eggs. So I thought, I've got 84. So I thought for the three younger grandchildren, so that's little Hope, little Dougie and little Jonathan. Their Hope's coming up to 2, and little Dougie and Jonathan are just gone 3. So I thought I could do them quite a big blanket. 84. So there'll be 28 squares per blanket, and then I can go round it for some border. So I thought I'll divide those up into the 3 little grandchildren, and then the 3 older grandchildren, Leo, Jamie and Cole, I can just do a bigger blanket for them. So that's all my squares done, and that's my plans for them. Oh, although I've loved enjoying them every week, I've been excited to think, oh, what's the next one? Oh, it's lovely to just get them all done and get them finished. Now my next, avalanche. The next crochet along I'm doing is with Jenny. Hi Jenny, from In My Spare Time, and she's doing hashtag a year of Granny Squares Cal, which is from this book here, Kylie Melita, and we're doing really well with this one. Last week was number 47. In this one you get 52, one for each week of the year. So we're on number 47, which was snow tracks. Grey, meant to look like little tracks going in the snow. It was a 2 skill level rating, and to look like snow I was going to use white, and I thought no, I won't use white. But I've got this, it's Woolcraft. This is from the little wool shop, and that's online. It's Baby Pebble DK, and the colour is Dove, but I don't know if you can see, it's got little shades of, it's white, but it has got little grey bits in it. It's sort of marbled a little bit with grey. Yeah, like I said, the colour is Dove, shade F108. So I thought that might, but it's come out, I don't know. Anyway, this is my square. So a little bit grey here, then it goes to white, then it goes a little bit grey again. But thought this was a lovely square to do. It was nice to make. And the pattern is quite textured. It was really easy to do. Well, I'll say it was easy to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I started off and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did those, and then on my second row I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I just went to the end. Then on about me, then you do a plain row. I think it's single crochet. It's single crochet in between. Then I came to do, I don't know, the 5th or 7th, and it just wasn't working out at all. And I suddenly realised, I was thinking there was 5 in each row, but no, the next row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there was 6 little bumps or lumps of snow, whatever these are. So I had to come back to here, but it was really easy. I thought it was 5, and I just miscounted. But that was really nice. It's really nice and firm as well. I like that. I like that yarn. I like it a lot. It's from the Little Woolcraft, and no, the Little Woolcraft. Dear me, don't start. It was from the Little Wool Shop that's online, and Catherine from Catherine's Granny Squares. Hi, Catherine. She's just done a yarn haul from the Little Wool Shop, and got some beautiful yarn. And this was from there. It's 100 gram, and it's 100% acrylic, and it's 274 meters. It says do not tumble dry, but I've got this before and done it in blankets, and I have tumble dried it on cool. It was fine. But yeah, Catherine's yarn haul is lovely to watch. You pop over and have a look. Yes, so anyway, that's that. So this next week coming, we're getting through them. Oh, blimey. Frosty Web. This is one of my favourite squares to design. I love how the white stitches look like they are placed on top of the square in an intricate web. It's a skill level 3 rating, number 48. The Frosty Web. Just looks like a spider's web, doesn't it? Looks beautiful. I don't know what that little... Oh, that's just a little... That looks like little bits of icing. It looks like icing, doesn't it? On a cake or something. That looks lovely to do. So we've got 48, 49, 50, 51. Just got 5 more to do. So that'll be lovely. And then I've got my project to do for that, which is coming on slowly. It's coming on. So that's that. Now I didn't again do anything on my two rectangle top. I just didn't fancy doing it at all. Don't know why. I just thought I wanted to do other things, so I just thought, well, I'll have to just do other things then. You know, sometimes I think with crocheting, because I wanted to get all those squares done, the 3D squares, there were 5 of them, so by the time I'd done those, and then I'd done the year of the granny square, I was a bit squared out. So I don't know, I just didn't fancy doing me top. I will do it because it's going to be nice for the summer, but I just didn't fancy working on it. So I thought, well, I'll just leave it for another week and hopefully pick it up this week, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, I was watching I don't know, I just felt a bit, this week, I felt a little bit like, I was talking to Dot. Hi, Dot. My friend Dot. I was talking to her on the phone last night, and she's been poorly. She's had like migraines and dizzy, bit of vertigo, I think, and she hasn't been very well. But she was a bit better yesterday, so I'll go and see her this week. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday or Thursday when she's feeling better. But I was saying to Dot, I feel a little bit like I'm walking about in the house, well, the bungalows even, walking about, but I feel like I'm dreaming it. I don't feel like I'm in the moment. I don't feel like I'm quite with it here, sitting in my little sanctuary room. Feel like I'm just dreaming this. I'm not actually. So yeah, it felt a bit weird. Anyway, didn't really want to know that, I'm sure. But anyway, so I was watching. Like I said, we're swapping over networks, so we didn't have the telly working. So I was watching a bit of YouTube, and I found this channel that's quite new. It's called Gilded Loop Crochet. I'll link it in the description box. And there's a lovely gentleman called Matt that is Gilded Loop Crochet. And go and have a look at his channel. Something different, something new. Like I said, he's got a lovely, calming, soft voice, and he's done a yarn room tour. He's doing a super simple stitch little mini series on stitches. He's done this corner to corner, shows you that, and the Suzette stitch and interlocking shell stitch. So he's done tutorials on that. And he's got yarn hauls, yarn review. So it's just a really, really nice man, I thought. And like I said, lovely to listen to, calming and easy to listen to. Anyway, so I was watching his channel, and it was just showing you the Suzette stitch. Well, I did. I have done things with the Suzette stitch. Oh, excuse me. Thanks. I'll be just bought me a cup of coffee. Anyway, so where was I? I didn't know how to do Suzette stitch, and I knew that I liked it because I did a baby blanket for one of my grandsons. I think it was a little Cole. Anyway, I did for one of my grandsons. I did a little Suzette little blanket in a silver. What was it for? Hope. Anyway, it was for one of the grandchildren. So it was a lovely stitch. I think they call it the Suzette or the grit stitch. Is it? Anyway, he did the tutorial. I just, because like I've just said, I'm going to do 3 for Christmas. I've got 6 grandchildren. I've got 5 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. So for the 3 little ones, I'm going to make up the 3D squares and then go around a border to make them a nice size. So for the 3 older grandchildren, Cole, Jamie and Leo, I thought I'd just do them a general blanket. So when Matt was doing this tutorial on the Suzette stitch, I thought, oh yes, I think I'll do that. And I've got this again. This is Woolcraft. You can't see that very well, but Woolcraft, and it's the Pebble. This is Chunky, Pebble Chunky, and 200 gram. But look at the nice colours. He does like blues, and he's 10. I'm going to do this one for Jamie, I think, who's 10. But he does like whales and sea life, things like that. So I thought, this would be a nice colour for him. This colour is called Mirage, and it is shade number 8138. And this, actually, I bought this from Toffs. It stands for the Original Factory Shop. So I physically bought this from the shop, but this exact thing, the Woolcraft, you can get from the little the little wool shop. So these are 200 grams. But I only just started this last night because I just felt like starting something new, but I wanted it to be purposeful, so it's for Christmas. So you can't, there's really not much to show. um, so I've done it. There's 190 chain. I want to make it a nice size for a single bed. So the stitch is just basically, in US terms, a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one. A single and a double, skip one. You start with a single and a double, and you end with just a single. Yeah, you finish with just a single. So I only just started that, but I just thought, oh, just using a 6.5mm hook. These I had off Amazon, but they're really nice. The make was Millwood, something like that. So really enjoying working on that. And the very last thing, where's my book? Excuse me, turning me back. Oh, here it is. The very last thing is the Crochet Donut Buddies cowl. And we did the last one. We did it. I took a bit of paper out. Oh, no, it's there. The very last one was the moose. So lovely, you see. Not sure as you'd think that was a moose if you didn't read that. But yeah, it was the moose. Now then, I've got some pictures to show before I show you what I made. This was the very last one in the book. Let me have a look. Gallery. And we have got, I'm going to start with the lovely Thea. Hi Thea. Now she has showed me, this was she's done the chicken and the sheep. They were from last week and the week before, aren't they lovely? She's done them really nice. She's done them really well. I love doing the sheep and the hedgehog. But isn't it just sheep, just cute? I love the colours and everything. Absolutely beautiful. So the chicken and the sheep. And she's also done some pin cushions, and she's stuffed them with fibre fill and also some steel wool, you know, the steel, what's that say? Oh no, I don't have to move it to the bin. And she's stuffed it with fibre fill and also steel wool, so that when the pins go in, it'll keep them sharp. That's a good idea, isn't it? But absolutely pincushion, that's gorgeous. I made a little pincushion once, but it was a little spiel, a little cotton reel, and it's a bit awkward, it doesn't stand up, but these would be lovely flat to just put your pins in. Oh, don't play up now. So absolutely brilliant. Thank you Thea for sending those in, and if you do any more donuts, just let me, if you send me them in, I can show them. And then we've got the lovely Jan. Hi Jan. She's done her moose. Let's see if it'll better this way. Look at that. Do look cheeky. Cheeky chappy. She's made me laugh. She said he looks like he's ready to take off with wings. Like an aeroplane ready to take off. Oh, I know what you mean. They are seem a bit big. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, lovely. Absolutely lovely they are. Look, I've got big horns though, haven't they? That one. And next we've got the lovely Mary's. Hi Mary. And this is Mary's, and she's done hers in cream, the donut in cream, the icing and the nose and the ears in mocha, Starcross Special Decay, and parchment for the antlers. But look at him. He looks very regal, doesn't he? With his big out in the woods there, out in the ferns. Beautiful. Thank you, Mary. Thank you all for joining along with me each week and doing the donuts. And if you haven't, if you still got some to do, that's okay. I still love to see your pictures. The next photos, thank you, Mary, for sending in your photos. The next one's by the lovely Lynn from Lynn Penguin's Creations, and she struggled a little bit with the sheep, but just look how cute. I love the sheep. I think the sheep was one of my favourite because they just look so pretty, gorgeous. So that's her sheep. And then she managed to do the moose. Again, look how regal and yes, I'm here type of. That's her moose. Now, because Lynn just joined in not so long back, there's a few that she hadn't done, just half or something. So she's got an app, and each week, Lynn's got a YouTube channel, Lynn Penguin's Creations. So if you haven't seen her channel, that's what I'll link it below. Her channel. She's a lovely lady, and she does lots of lovely things. So each week she's going to be doing a weekly draw and make a donut. This is her app that she's got, and she's put all the rest of the donuts that she hasn't done on. So she'll be picking a donut and completing it. So any of you that haven't completed your donuts, maybe there's some on there, the earlier ones. Perhaps you could play along with Lynn and do that. Might be an idea. Where's mine? Here's my little moose. These are very big, but that's told you to stuff them and that. But that's just how they are. I mean, on the picture they look quite big, didn't they? Look, quite big on the picture. So that's the very last one. Done them all. I don't know if there's time up. Yeah, I will. I wasn't sure if there was time to quickly show you the whole lot, but I maybe will try. I'll take a picture of them. Maybe put it on the thumbnail. You may have already seen it. Try and put the picture of them all so you can see them. So I'll just flick through quickly. We have got the moose. These aren't in any particular order. The spider. I loved him, but I didn't want him to be scary because these are going to little children. So I did all embroidered eyes and things, and everything's sewn on absolutely 100%. So I didn't want to be too scary, so I did a little brown spider. The snowman, he was cute. I love him. Little snowman. And then we've got the unicorn. Oh, hair's not. I thought it looked a bit bare. Got the unicorn. And we've got the turkey. And we've got the chameleon. He was a nice big one to make. No, I've got these mixed up. This was the triceratops, and this was the stegosaurus. I think that was stegosaurus. And then what was this? Not sure what that was. That's the hippo. No, the rhino. The rhino. The toucan. Toucan. Nice black sparkly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 legs. That was the octopus. And the giraffe. That's cute, isn't it? And we have the cow. Yeah, her eyes are a bit funny. And we have the star. It's a cute little star. Did we do a... Yeah, that was the chick. I think they called it a duck. The hedgehog, absolutely loved doing the little hedgehog. Loved making him. And we have the penguin. This was one of the earlier ones, the little hamster. That was cute. And we have the sunshine. Nice and bright. What was that then? That was the chicken. The other one was the chick. Or duck. That was the chicken. That's the goat. And a little alien. But I wanted to do him in orange, only just because that was my favourite colour. That's the horse. And the owl. I loved the owl. It's that nice variegated. That's the bunny. Thought I'd just do a brown bunny. And that little sheep. Oh, cute little sheep. And I think this was the very first one that I picked out, was the elephant. Then we've got the pussycat. That little pussycat. That was the llama. And the fox. Goodness. And we did a little, oh, I've lost it. A little snail. That was a little snail. And a lovely bright fish. Went a bit mad there with the colours, but nice tropical fish. This was the snake. Again, I didn't want to make him too scary because it's for little children. Pumpkin. Nice pumpkin. This was the fox. I'm just looking. I didn't stitch that down very well there. Have to redo that. Leave that one out. But I loved him, the nice fox. Then we've got, is that the koala bear? And the ladybird, nice and sparkly. Was that the hip? That was a hippo. Did I say rhino for the other one? That was a hippo. And then we've got the jellyfish. And the sunflower. That was cute, a sunflower. Bit tedious to do all these, so. And the crab. Love the little crab with his little starfish on him. And last few, we've got the pig. And we've got the little frog. It's cute, little frog. And the tiger, I think that's one of my favourites. Love the tiger. And we've got the zebra. And the reindeer. And the dog. I think this was the Highland cow. Yeah, that was the Highland cow. And the only one that's missing is the turtle. But I gave my daughter-in-law's sister was having a baby. She's had the baby now. She's had a little girl, and they're both doing well, all doing well. But she's having a little girl, but she absolutely loves turtles. So I did her a sea turtle blanket, and I thought a little donut turtle would be nice to go with it. So that's been gifted. So that's the fox. I just need to sew that down a bit more. That's not sewn down at all. Oh, to redo that. So that's sort of all of them. They're going to go to, again, my 3 youngest grandchildren. They're going to share them between them, and if take them to their nursery to their little friends, or share them out with their friends and things like that, because they're all safe. So I'll have to have a couple of weeks and then think of another crochet along, or get another book to work through. I have to say something nice and simple. So if you have any books that you like, or that have any ideas, let me know. Anything you'd like me to do. But I think that's all. I've got to show you this week and to talk about. Let me just check in my book, see if I forgot to say anything. I don't think so. No. So I'll link everything that I've talked about, the different websites and different YouTube channels. Like I said, that Matt at Gilded Loop Crochet. It's a lovely channel, quite new, so I'm sure he'd love you to go and have a look and say Nanny Moon sent you, or Sally from Nanny Moon. That'd be great. And I don't very often say it, but if you like the video, if you'd like to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment and subscribe if you like, because a lot of my, when I go onto my YouTube studio, I can see how many are subscribed and how many aren't, and there's quite a lot of percentage that aren't subscribed, but it's free to subscribe. I know my sister a couple of years ago, she said, I said, oh, you're subscribing, and she said, oh, no, I don't really want to subscribe. And I said, because it's free, when you say you want a subscription or subscribe, you sometimes think it might be costing you something, because a subscription normally does, doesn't it, really? But to subscribe doesn't cost. It just and then if you click the little bell, it tells you every time there's a video comes up. So that's always good. So anyway, I'll let you go and carry on with what you were doing before. So hope you have a lovely week. It's meant to be really hot, but it hasn't been that hot here. We've had a bit of drizzly rain, and so it's just nice. It's not too hot, not too cold. But yeah, if you're feeling under the weather, I really hope you feel better soon. And yeah, thoughts and prayers are with you all that are struggling at the moment. So whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, just love each other, take care of each other, and smile as much as you can. Just, it'll make someone's day. I guarantee it'll make someone's day and make you feel happier yourself as well. So until next time, I'll say goodbye and love you all. Bye.